Traditionally, medicine falls into two camps. On one side, Western medicine, on the other, natural treatments that claim to heal the body and prevent disease. More and more practitioners are calling themselves natural or naturopathic doctors without the stringent education of medical doctors. This is a big deal because in 2016, Americans spent more than $30 billion on complementary health approaches, which do include naturopathic treatments. As those lines are blurred, how do we know when alternative treatments are safe or effective?
I was a comedy writer. I wrote for a sitcom. I had just come off a show where I worked crazy hours. I'd gotten hired to write a screenplay, and I was super tired. I was also having a lot of trouble with my sinuses from my allergies. So one of my friends recommended a naturopathic doctor. I had a consult, and I gave him my medical history. Then he wanted to start brain training. You go in, you sit in this chair, and they put headphones on you. They put sensors on your head, and the headphones play tones, and these tones are like, ooh, ooh. I mean, it sounds innocuous. I did it like once a week for 6 to 9 weeks. The first thing I noticed is I felt detached, like I wasn't really there. As time passed, I felt more and more tired, and I didn't like how it made me feel. I was having to work a lot longer hours because I was incredibly slow. I had a script that I was working on, and I was so slow, I couldn't write for the first time in my life. So I went back to the naturopath, and I told him that I was feeling slow. I couldn't write for the first time in my life. I was just off, so he gave me this supplement. I assumed it was like a vitamin. The supplement didn't help. In fact, it made it much worse. I got so slow. I was just doing dumb things. I was like bumbling. I just wasn't functioning well. I couldn't make decisions, and I knew inside something was really, really wrong. So I reached out to a medical doctor to see if he could help me. It's been over 6 years. I've seen a lot of doctors. I'm still feeling the effects of the brain training and the supplement, and I've spent the last 6 years plus trying to get myself back.
This leads to the question, where do naturopathic practitioners fit within the scope of modern medicine? And are their treatments helpful or nothing more than quack science? Joining us now via Skype is Dr. Steve Novella, who runs the website Science-Based Medicine. He claims all naturopathy is a scam. Joining us in studio on the other side is Peggy Branson, a California licensed naturopathic doctor. I want to thank both of you for being here today. And
thank you.
The whole point of this discussion is hopefully to give the various opinions, but also have an open-minded conversation. I want to start with you, Dr. Novella, because your stance is that naturopathy does more harm than good. Tell us why you believe that.
Well, the profession isn't science or evidence-based. They practice based upon a philosophy, a reverence for doing things that are unconventional or allegedly natural. So they're not following the evidence. They don't have the training or the experience or the culture to know how to translate the best science into practice. So what they do is all over the map. It's a crapshoot. It's not following the science.
So Peggy, to that note, tell us a little bit about the training that you went through.
So I am actually a licensed naturopathic doctor in the state of California, and there's a giant difference between a licensed naturopathic doctor and an unlicensed one. So I went to 4 years, a full 4 years of undergrad, pre-med, same as everybody else who goes to medical school. And then I went to 4 years of naturopathic medical school, during which I took clinical boards and basic science boards. At the end of that, you then take NPLEX licensing exams. So there's several measures in which you're actually being monitored throughout your training. It's not just, here's this weekend course, come do this stuff, fingers crossed you get it right. And it is evidence-based medicine. So in Arizona, the term is naturopathic physician, naturopathic medical doctor. Nobody else in the state of Arizona can go around calling themselves a naturopathic doctor without getting in trouble. So what we actually call, it's sort of like our little term in naturopathic medicine, we call them undies. So they're not NDs, they're undies. And they're people who went and did these certification trainings, which I do think is very, in a certain regard, misleading and harmful to the general population, because they see, oh, here's a naturopathic doctor, I'm gonna go see them.
And that's one of the biggest concerns I have in modern medicine is more and more people are calling themselves doctors. You don't even need a degree to call yourself a doctor. There's so many people carry monikers. Oh, that's Doc PJ. Oh, that's Doc so-and-so. You all just need to be aware of these different standards.